Hi, I'm CA Prajakta Patel, and today in this video, I'll walk you through the highs, the lows, and everything in between the Indian and the global markets. Whether you are a seasoned investor or you just started your financial journey, the insights in this video will help you see the picture bigger and better. Starting with the broader market indices, over the last 1 year, top performing indices were Nifty Small Cap up by 10.77%, followed by Nifty Mid Cap Select with more than 10% gains, and Nifty Microcap 250 close behind at 9.5%. On the flip side, some indices didn't perform as well. Nifty Next 50 delivered a modest return of just 4%, while Nifty Small Cap 250 followed closely with 6.02%, and Nifty 100 also stayed on the lower end with around 6.14%. But 1 year is just a snapshot. If we zoom out to 10-year perspective, the picture changes. Over last 10 years, Nifty Microcap 250 stood out with an impressive CAGR of nearly 20%. Nifty Midcap 150 and Nifty Midcap 50 also held their grounds, clocking in around 17% returns. What to know the underperforming indices over the decade? Nifty Small Cap 50 actually delivered only 10% returns, while Nifty 50 and Nifty 100 had relatively modest growth of approximately 12% of CAGR. Now let's shift our focus to sectors. The standard performing sectors over the decade were mid-cap and small-cap IT and telecom, which delivered a strong CAGR of 19.46%. Mid-small healthcare followed closely with 18.38%, and consumer durables came in around 18.01%. Sectors like metals and oil and gas also showed strength, delivering a consistent return in the range of 16 to 17% over long term. On the flip side, the weak performing sectors were media sector, which actually had a negative CAGR of around minus 3.15% over last 10 years. Even large cap healthcare and pharma didn't keep pace, ending up with returns under 8%. Some other sectors like FMCG and private banks stayed steady, offering modest but stable growth of around 10 to 12% of CAGR. Globally, there were a few surprises. Hang Seng Index made a strong comeback, delivering 41% return over last 1 year, whereas Japan's Nikkei slipped by 7.5%. Talking about the US markets, including Nasdaq and Dow Jones, it stayed relatively stable, showing modest gains. On money flow front, things got even more interesting. Foreign institutional investors, that is FIIs, pulled out nearly Rs 1.2 lakh crores in financial year 24-25. But domestic investors showed their belief in Indian markets. Domestic institutions bought in Rs 1.7 lakh crores into the market. Of that, mutual funds alone contributed Rs 1.15 lakh crores. It's quite a reminder that Indian investors are no longer sitting on the sidelines. Currency movements were fairly mild. Rupee strengthened slightly against dollar and yen, but weakened a bit against euro and pound. Nothing dramatic, but still worth noting. In commodity space, everything that glittered was actually gold. Gold stood out, delivering around 31% over past 1 year. Crude oil, in contrast, slipped by about 15%. Two different stories driven by two very different forces. And finally, talking about debt market, 10-year G-Sec yield has come down to 6.71%. The repo rate remains steady at 6.25%. And short-term rates like T-bills and CDs are softening too. The environment is changing quietly but surely. Also, please note that this data related to debt market is prior to the MPC that was released on 9th of April 2025. Now you ask, what does all this really mean? Let me tell you, every market update has a hidden message. The message for this month was quite simple. Long-term stories reveal themselves, but only to those who stay long enough to listen. If you like to receive insights like this every month, no noise, no jargons, only thoughtful and honest updates, please do let us know in our comment section. We'd also love to hear from you in our DMs. Just head over to our website mentioned somewhere here and do subscribe to our newsletter. Let's keep learning 1 month at a time. For more such video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.